direct 11,000 pound two-post lift to go over a couple of common questions we get. So one of the things is on cable tightness. So all the two-post lifts we sell are going to have cables. The cables don't do the lifting, they just make sure both sides stay equal in height. So what you got is the cables that are passing by here, the cable that starts on each side and goes to the opposite side. For tightness, what you see here is you get a little bit of movement still, but if you kind of wrap your hand around those and squeeze the bottom on it for us, they shouldn't be able to touch about 3/4 of an inch to an inch apart still. It gives you good tension and it's going to support everything you need. What we've got is a cable that starts here. It's going to go down to the base of the column. There's going to be a pulley that's going to go around. That'll go to the top of the column, over and down, and end on the top side of the other carriage. So that's the way both cables are pulling against each other in tension all the time to support one side from the other and make sure that even if you have different weights on each side, the arms still stay level with each other and safe. One of the big questions we get about adjusting them is, if you got one side that clicks before the other, one side's higher than the other, what you want to do is a little bit counterintuitive. So whatever side is going to click first, you're going to go to the opposite side and adjust up. That side is what you need to bring up. In that case here, since the cable from the other side actually ends over here, our adjustment nut is on top. So if this side were clicking first, that would mean the other side was lower. So we would come to this nut here and tighten that. That would then raise up that opposite side to level it out. So in this lift we have what's called a direct drive lifting system. What that means is we have one large cylinder. In this case it fastens to the top of the column, comes down, and then the other end of that rod is going to be at the base of the column. So this is a pull type system where whenever you run the power unit, it's going to pull this ram up. So there's no chain or roller, just a ram the whole length. It's going to have the whole stroke with it. The other style we see is typically a 9,000 pound two-post lift. We'll have these. It's going to be a chain over lifting system. So instead of having a large cylinder the whole length of the column, you'll use a more compact cylinder that's at the base of the column. It's going to have a large wide link chain. It's going to start at the base of the column, go over top of that cylinder over a roller, and the other end of the chain is going to attach to the carriage here where arms attached to. So in that system, the cylinder pushes up in the middle of the chain, thereby pulling up the arms with it. So two different styles of accomplishing it. There's a couple different size cylinders. So for the base plate style lift, you would have a shorter cylinder. It'll let you use a smaller cylinder where you wouldn't have room for a full stroke length cylinder like this. Typically you'll see commercial lifts, like a 10, 11,000 pound lift, are going to be a direct drive. So you got less moving parts and a larger cylinder to do the work. That way if you're using that day in, day out use, it holds up to it. 9,000 pound two-post lift, with the chain over style, certainly a reliable one. There's some commercial models available as well. Proper maintenance, just a little extra lubrication things, keeps everything moving free, lasts for years to come, especially in a residential environment where you're not using it 10 or 12 times a day.